Hi, the purpose of this tutorial is to provide a quick getting started overview for new users to the Embodied Carbon and Construction Calculator, or EC3 tool. This tutorial will cover a brief overview of EC3, how to create an account, log in, general navigation and tool layout, as well as where to find help. There are other tutorials that you can access on the Building Transparency website covering other aspects of the tool, such as user and organizational profiles, finding and comparing materials, and using the building planner. You can also access a user guide for EC3 at the Building Transparency website or the link below. To frame the need for EC3, the building and construction industry is responsible for nearly 40% of global greenhouse gas emissions. GHGs, or more generally carbon emissions, are released in two different stages: the embodied carbon stage and the operational carbon stage. Embodied carbon is the carbon footprint of a material and product that considers all carbon emitted throughout the product's supply chain, as well as installation, replacement, and disposal or recycling at the end of life. To enable better decision-making about these materials and the amount of embodied carbon they represent, that's where EPDs come into play. Environmental product declarations are publicly reported, third-party verified certifications that transparently communicate information on the environmental performance of products, including embodied carbon and other emissions. At its backbone, the EC3 tool is a database of digitized environmental product declarations that can be used to make more informed material selection decisions on the basis of embodied carbon. Accessing EC3 is easy and free by going to buildingtransparency.org, where you can click on the Register Free button. This is also where you can sign into the tool. To register, simply fill in the requested information, including email, name, a password, your employer, and profession, and accept the user agreement and privacy notice, and optionally subscribe to EC3 News and Carbon Leadership Forum News, and then finally click Create Login to create your account. EC3 is primarily for professional business use, so that users who specify their employer and profession will be granted a professional account. Those who don't, or who register with a personal email address such as Gmail, will be given a private account with some features, including sharing features, disabled to protect privacy. Once a user has registered for an account, an activation email will be sent to the registered email address. Now, sometimes this email goes to a spam folder, so be sure to check that folder if you can't immediately find it. Once activated, users may access and log into the tool at buildingtransparency.org/AUTH/login. After creating an EC3 account, it is possible for you to link your account to other platforms such as Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and LinkedIn, using SSO credentials for those platforms to log into the tool. Once you've logged into your account, you'll see the following welcome screen. Here you'll see various graphics with EPD statistics that you can click through, including digital EPDs in EC3 by country, those in the US by county as well as Canadian province, digitized EPDs by European country, and then a view of EPDs by various product categories in EC3. If you would find it beneficial to download this information in CSV file, that's also available at the bottom of each graphic. On the top banner, you'll see a link to your organization here, a link to your user profile, what type of user account you have, and then the current selected units for your user account. Here you'll see that SI units are selected. This area shows notifications, jobs, and other settings, including a drop-down list where you can choose to log out. On the left-hand side of the page, you'll find the general navigation for EC3. Here you can find and compare materials, plan and compare buildings, level bids, adding EPDs to EC3, managing your data, user groups, your organizational information, users within your organization, and then general information on how to get an EPD, as well as the baseline and comparison methodologies that support EC3. Overall, EC3 is designed to provide an intuitive user interface, and we encourage you to explore the tool's functionality. Another EC3 feature are tours that you can access throughout the tool that are designed to provide you with an informational walkthrough to introduce a screen or diagram. Tours will animate the first time until you click them. Here you can see an overview tour of the welcome page that highlights certain aspects of the page that you can click on with explanatory text by clicking on the right arrow. You can always choose to leave the tour by clicking the Leave button. Tooltips are there to give you guidance on the meaning, format, and usage of particular fields. Another thing to mention are updates. Updates are constantly being made to EC3, and if a problem is found, users can use the Report Bugs and Feedback feature in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to submit issues to the development team. Now, when you're submitting a problem, you can actually mark up the screen in real time and provide additional comments on your issue to submit to the team. You can also choose a pencil tool in the color of your choice to continue to refine the information that you're confused about or need further clarification on. When you're done, make sure you press Submit. This feature can also be used to provide suggestions for improvements, and we regularly implement these based on user feedback. There are various ways to get help when using EC3. Up in the right-hand corner under the gear icon, you can access a glossary or FAQ, and there are tutorials covering the tool functionality in depth on the Building Transparency website, as well as the user guide. You can also access those at the links below this video. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial, and make sure to check out other resources at the Building Transparency website or at the links below.